Alright, here at No Reserve we have our one owner 1996 Chevy Tahoe. It's a super hard to find two-door. It's in indigo blue. It was a purchase new up here in Washington State with the owner at Pierre Ford. It still has all its original dealer plate frames and inserts that were with it inside, original manuals, brochures. The owner moved to California for a little bit, so it did live in California for a little while and passed, all the California inspection, and then they came back up here to Washington a few years after the truck was built, so in the early 2000s, and it's been up here in Washington ever since. It's got the medium gray interior, which I love seeing over the blue on the blue. This indigo blue is just beautiful. It's deep all the way around. It has had some paint work done on the driver's side, and it's really hard to tell, but there is some little paint scratches right here. I've taken a million photos of them. Not paint scratches, but you'll see some little sanding scratches around the door handle right here. But you got to get close. Pretty much if you step back here, you can't see anything. If you get really close, you can see it's really hard. To get up here, it doesn't even show it. So, but I do want to let you know that's there. It's got all original glass except for the front windshield has been replaced at one point. They all have the Solar Ray logo on them. I'm not sure if you can see them in the video there. So it's a LS, so it's got everything except for leather, factory CD player. Everything works on this truck. So we'll kind of go ahead around it. All the paint matches perfectly. You would think it's original paint, except for, when we buy these things, we go around them real close and look, in the gas door is always this one that you will notice. You'll see a little bit of a feathering edge right there. So it's got aftermarket 17-inch wheels, the Bridgestones, obviously you can see, which look awesome on this truck. Other than that, that's pretty much the only aftermarket stuff on this truck. Otherwise, it's 100% original. No aftermarket exhaust or anything like that, or performance stuff. So I'll go ahead and start in the front. You will. I think I had a bug guard mat on at one point because I rubbed the paint on the underside. I'll show you when I open up the hood. So there's just a few stone chips, and I think that's kind of what protected the paint. You will get on top of here, and it looks like there was some tree sap maybe that affected the paint in a few areas. There's probably a half dozen little spots. It's really hard to show. There's some scratches right here. And then again, it looks like something was maybe on the hood and slid down and then slid off the side. There's a couple little scratches, but it ends here. This is in good shape. You can see there's never been any collision damage or anything. These panels will be deformed and busted. Front grill's original. Lights are original. Has some aftermarket bulbs in them. Some blue ones, which look pretty cool with the indigo blue paint. So I'll take you over here. You'll see the depot. Hopefully you can see that. There you go on all of them. Lower valance is nice. Hasn't ever got hung up on anything. There's a slight ding in the door there. All the rubber trim is nice and tight against the bumper. There's a little bit of rubbing area here. The trim along the side is a nice shape and it's tight against the truck, except for some of the chrome that's kind of like delaminated. It should be more of a chromey look, but you can get this stuff like on eBay or LMC truck, stuff like that. So it's cool. These trucks have turned into, it's walking up to 30 years old, so it's kind of a classic era, so people are starting to produce those. The rear tail lights are a little bit faded. You can go through and buff these things, which I would probably try to do because they're the originals. No cracks or chips. Sometimes people will get something caught on the door and break the edges off. There's no condensation in there. But you can get actually aftermarket brand new taillights for dirt cheap for these things. Rear corner pieces are nice. They're not all delaminated or anything. Rear glass looks really nice. Wheel well trim all the way around. Both sides on the driver's side is nice. The paint is very deep and reflective. You can see me walking around. I'll usually do a picture of me standing. I'm probably a good few feet away, 3 feet away, maybe a little more, and you can see my reflection. It's nice and crisp. You can see the curb in the background, all the trees. It doesn't have a foggy look to it or orange peel issue. Not a lot of, not sure when the paint was done, but it was quite a while ago, but there's really not a whole lot of wear. Unexcess wear kind of matches the driver's side, so you will get some little stone chips. There's not as many as it may be looking because it's reflecting the concrete, but you will still get some little bit of stone chips along the bottom here, kind of like that one. Stone chips stick out a little bit more than kind of the reflection of the rock, so stone chip, stone chip, stone chip, and got one right here. And then along the bottom here, you'll see the stone chips stick out a little bit more. So we'll walk here on the back here. All the hinges are in nice shape for the barn doors, which I love the barn doors. See, really nice shape. One of them's got a little bit chipping. Where did they? Oh, there it is. This one's got a little bit, little chip. Oh, it's just something on the paint. So we got away good on that one. Rear bumper cover's in nice shape. Little indent there. I don't think the trailer package has ever been used. You know, we don't go through and spray the undercarriages with anything. Don't spray paint the trailer packages. You know, they're, you know, how they've been cared for. Sure shows the honest condition. I mean, these things are just in amazing shape. Usually these are all busted up or flaked off. A little bit of scratches right there. Again, nice shape on the corner piece. Got the LS trim. No B-pillar issues. Really nice. The paint is very nice, smooth and shiny. So we'll get my fingerprints in some areas. Mirrors are both factory. Got some little stone chips on both of them. Little scratch right here. Little scratch right here. But I'll kind of walk along the passenger side so you can see the reflection. I mean, it's just the paint on this thing is just deep and shiny. I mean, it really is beautiful. You can see the curb reflection. I mean, you can see how clear the grass is, and look how clear the curb is right there. You know, it's probably, you know, probably like 2.5, 3 feet away, and you can see the edge of the curb. Really nice clarity. You know, some door edges, entry wear, but really not as much wear as you'd really expect. You got some stone chips here. The passenger side does have a few more stone chips, so this doesn't make me think the paint work on the driver's side was done a long time ago, because the passenger side doesn't have a whole lot more stone chips on the bottom. A couple little chips right there. No rust. Super solid truck. Underside's really clean for, you know, being original and honest condition. We'll get it up on the hoist, get a video of that, get a video driving. So it's got I don't know, maybe maybe one of you guys will know, maybe this is original glass. It says solar tint, and all the other rest says solar ray. So I'm not too sure, but it's got one chip just right below the rearview mirror. I'll shoot from the inside. So since we're on this side, we'll oh, there's a little ding on this wheel well trim, but you can get this stuff brand new or get them from a wrecking yard. There's like 6 screws. But I try to keep the trucks as original as they've been kept for by the previous owner. But dash has no cracks. It's awesome gray color. It's got an aftermarket CD. You know, push button 4-wheel drive, all that stuff works. I go through all the lights, all that stuff works. It's got for CDs, kind of old school, it's 90s of course. Passenger side is just mint. I mean, it really is perfect. Both armrests, you're not broken. If somebody climbs on these, oftentimes if they're too big, they'll break them. They'll be flopping, so that looks good. And I had the dome, the dome switch over there where you can turn it off. So I don't wear it on the battery when I show you guys this video, but I'll pop on the switch over there, the dome override switch. You know, carpet, the GMs, I don't know what happened. They just do stain a little bit easier, so you have a little darkening on the side here. Looks pretty good under the mats. Probably pretty well been protected most of its life. Door panel on the passenger side. It's missing this little piece, but I got one on the way. And that's just the dome light. It still triggers the dome light, but it should have a little cap right there. Really nice, rust-free. Door panels, all it gets tight against the door. No issues or marks. Sorry about that. I tried to get the seat to come forward with one hand and bumped the record button and turned it off. Rear seat's in really nice shape. It's got belts for 3. Got your mat. Of course, there's, you know, they still talking about there's some staining here. Yeah, you could probably go through and have it professionally steam cleaned or something, but it looks like maybe they spilled a coffee or drink right here. The driver's side is okay. They also make paints and stuff. You could do that, but that's not something we do. But I did clean on it with some tough stuff and some other things to try to get it to come out. The rear side's in really nice condition. All the panel trim doesn't look like it's had a whole lot of entry in and out because the seat's in nice shape. Seat belt recoils nice like it should. There's no staining or anything. Goes a little bit slow, but when you are on there and pull on it, it goes back nice and quick. So go ahead and pop you on the back here. Door's shut really nice. There's no hinge issues. So you got the barn doors. Panels are really nice condition. The hinge, nice shiny paint. Same with the driver's side, rear. Factory spare tire carrier are still in place. The seat does fold down, but you want to take the armrest or the headrests out because they will do damage to them. Got a little slit right there.